Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention around the NFL lately, you've probably heard some rumors swirling about a potential blockbuster trade that could send shockwaves through the NFC North. And for us Bears fans, this kind of move could be exactly what the doctor ordered to level up our defense and make a real push for Super Bowl glory. The talk is all about DeForest Buckner, the dominant defensive tackle from the Indianapolis Colts, possibly heading to Chicago. Yeah, you heard that right, Buckner in a Bears uniform. It's a scenario that's been gaining traction, with sources suggesting the Colts might be open to trading him in exchange for a first-round pick and a fifth-round pick. Why would the Colts do that? Well, right now they're in a bit of a rebuild mode, sitting at 6'7" but still with a lot of cap space. Around $68 million, so they're prioritizing their future, focusing on developing their young quarterback, Anthony Richardson, who's been showing flashes of brilliance with a PFF grade of 89, and their star running back, Jonathan Taylor. The Colts are shifting gears, selling off some of their veteran assets to reload and focus on building around Richardson, who's a lot of fans hope for the future. They've already got a solid secondary, but after allowing nearly 28 points per game, they're looking to bolster their front seven to get more pressure on opposing quarterbacks. That's where Buckner comes in, a proven force who can make an immediate impact. For us Bears fans, this is huge. Our front seven is already pretty solid with some talented players, but adding a guy like Buckner would elevate us to a new level. At 31 years old, Buckner has been one of the most consistent and disruptive interior linemen in the league. Over his career, he's amassed 5 sacks and over 325 pressures, numbers that speak volumes about his ability to get after the quarterback and clog running lanes. His pass rush grade from PFF sits at an impressive 84.8, making him a true game changer. And let's not forget, Buckner is a 5-time Pro Bowler, a guy who's been recognized league-wide for his elite play. Imagine what he could do lining up next to our existing stars. Adding that burst of interior strength would make our defensive line a nightmare for any opposing offense. It's not just about stopping the run. Buckner's presence demands double teams, freeing up our other pass rushers like Sweat to get more sacks. Speaking of Sweat, pairing him with Buckner could push our total sacks from around 42 projected for the season to close to 55, a 25% increase in pressures, which would be a game changer. It's a move that could turn our already solid defense into a top-tier unit, capable of shutting down the run and pressuring the quarterback on every down. And let's talk about the potential impact in the postseason. Buckner's ability to generate pressure is well documented. His pass rush grade in playoffs is a staggering 86.7, which makes him a true X-factor when the games really matter. In fact, he could significantly boost our win probability against top NFC rivals like the Lions, where a plus 17% increase in win chance could be the difference in a tight playoff race. With Buckner anchoring our interior line, our defense could become one of the league's most feared units, especially since our run defense is already holding opponents to just 110 yards per game. Strengthening the middle of the line with a player of Buckner's caliber could be the final piece we need to become legitimate Super Bowl contenders. Now, consider the stakes. For the Bears, acquiring Buckner isn't just about boosting the defense. It's about sending a message to the entire league that we're serious about competing now. The odds to win Super Bowl LX are already improving. They've moved from plus 700 to plus 350, and adding Buckner as a key piece could accelerate that climb. His presence on the field could turn us into a team that's not just good enough to make the playoffs, but capable of making a deep run. The fact that he's been a dominant force in the NFL for years, combined with his playoff performance, makes him an ideal fit for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. And it's not just about the immediate impact. The Bears have the cap space, around $55 million, to make this work, giving us flexibility to keep our offensive line intact and address other needs in free agency or the draft. The Colts, on the other hand, seem ready to move on, especially with a focus on rebuilding their roster around Richardson and Taylor. For them, trading Buckner for a first-round pick makes sense. They get a valuable asset to help jumpstart their rebuild, while Buckner gets a fresh start on a team that's on the rise. Of course, this move would shake up the NFC North in a major way. The Vikings and Lions would have to contend with a Bears defense that's now anchored by one of the league's premier DTs. It could be the push Chicago needs to finally topple the Packers and establish ourselves as the division's top dog. With Buckner on the roster, our chances of winning the NFC North improve significantly, and it sets us up nicely for a deep playoff run. The combination of our offense finding its rhythm and a defense that can impose its will makes us a team to watch. Looking ahead to the Super Bowl, if this trade goes through, it wouldn't just be a short-term boost. It's about building a sustainable winning culture. Adding a player like Buckner sends a clear message that the Bears mean business. For fans, it's exciting to imagine a defense that can dominate the trenches, force turnovers, and make life miserable for quarterbacks. It's a step toward matching the elite defenses of the past, like the monsters of the Midway, and creating new legends in the process. In conclusion, the potential acquisition of DeForest Buckner by the Chicago Bears could be a turning point for the franchise. It's a bold move, yes, but one that could elevate us to new heights. With his ability to disrupt the passing game and anchor our run defense, Buckner could be the missing piece that transforms this team into serious Super Bowl contenders. It's a bold, strategic move that aligns perfectly with the Bears' current trajectory, building a dominant defense, staying competitive in the NFC, and aiming for that ultimate goal of lifting the Lombardi Trophy once again. As fans, we should be excited about what this could mean for our team's future because the best is yet to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential Buckner trade? Do you think it's the move that finally pushes us over the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This is a team that's on the rise, and with moves like this, the future looks brighter than ever. Let's keep the faith, stay loud, and keep believing. Because the Chicago Bears are headed for greatness, and this move could be the catalyst that gets us there.